guys, it's Em, and today I'm going to finish up the flip through for the last, almost half of journal number 9. Number 10, sorry. And then I will explain my new journal, because I did a poll on both my Creative Journalist group and on Instagram. And then I thought about it, and I have a lot coming up in the next couple months that the small journals that I have, if you watched, are not going to be able to encompass, and I want to kind of do a whole, So, I will show you that. But this is, of course, journal number 10. This is worn off so much. This episode has no ears. But like I said in my previous journal flip through, there is some LGBT plus community stuff in here because I am an ally for that. And a lot of my favorite YouTubers, although I am not of that community, are of that community. So please be respectful. If you do not agree with it, just please be respectful because these are real people. Because I say this because my first page is of a beautiful couple, Damo and Chrissy, who are a lesbian couple on YouTube. Sorry, I'm covering Chrissy's face. And I did write all pictures belong to Damo and Chrissy. Damo actually had their son, but Damo is this one. It says every family has a story. This is welcome to ours, which they are vloggers, so I feel like that fits perfectly. I did pictures of them alone together, and I did pictures of the baby, because why not? And I did this page. There's like one picture of Dominic, and it says, welcome, keeping up with the Wilsons. And then this is another picture of them. I basically worry about how they help me with depression. Also, YouTube helps me, in general helps me. But there's certain reasons I love other people, and, you know. And I love Chrissy. I love Damo, but Chrissy is probably my favorite of the two. She's 21 and she's got so much energy. Like, Damo's only 23, which she has a lot of energy too, but Chrissy seems to have so much energy and happiness that I would like to meet her. Like, I know they're coming on tour, but I can't afford it. But they have made me happy. So this is Mar. Chrissy, by the way, if you can't tell, because is this one. Then I did a book review on Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur, which is one of my favorite books. I love this book. I've connected so much to it. If you read it, my favorite pages are 27, 37, 49, 100, 180, 128, and 154. So these aren't all my favorites. One of my favorites is about a father to its daughter. It's like, I understand, it's like, I'll just read it really quick. A father, you always call to say nothing in particular. You always ask what I'm doing or where I am. When the silence stretches for a lifetime between us, I scramble to find questions to keep the conversation going. What I long to say most is I understand the world has broken you. It has been so hard on your feet. I don't blame you for not knowing how to remain soft with me. Sometimes I stay up thinking of all the places you are hurting, which you will never care to mention. I come from the same aching blood, the same bone, so desperate for attention I collapsed into myself and on myself. I am your daughter. I know this small talk is the only way you know how to tell me you love me, because it is the only way I know how to tell you. And it reminds me so much of my father and me. Like, I might read that to him when he comes up to visit. Then I'm on a Creative Journalist group, and one of our prompts for Sunday prompt was a place we'd like to visit and a map. So this is a map of London. It's actually a puzzle, but I loved the image because I love beautiful maps. These are 4 of the places I'd like to visit. We have the London Eye down here, Kensington Palace, the Kensington, the other one, don't remember. Kensington, I have it written down. Westminster, there we go. No, not Westminster. Buckingham. There we go. And Westminster Abbey. I have a picture of the royals, Diana and her boys, because I love Harry. But I also love Diana. Yeah. Then I wrote about because I like to visit. And then, as you know, and if you're from there, I am sorry that you faced this. And if this in any way triggers you, I'm sorry. I have always loved it and thought that this is a place that nothing bad could happen. I know that sounds crazy, but it's hardships, and this is just some pictures of the things that happened and the dates. It says Pray for London. These are all images from online. Then I did a shameless collage thing. These are all off the internet. I did not make these. Then I have a page for Jaden Well, who is also LGBT. He is the T. He's so handsome. Like, he's helped me through so much. Sweet boy. Sweet man. And then we're about Jaden. And then West Virginia had his birthday. And I'm from West Virginia, so this means a lot to me. This picture. And then these two I took myself when I was down there. But West Virginia had its 154th birthday, so I did this, because if anybody knows me, I have such West Virginia pride. I love them. I love it where I'm from. And then 154 years of West Virginia pride. There's a reason behind this title. And then our thing is West Virginia. It's a Latin version of Mountaineers Are Always Free. So at the bottom of this, I wrote Mountaineers Are Always Free in some handwriting. I don't like how this last part turned out, but I like it. Then my 1 month at Wendy's. Cover this for a second. This is actually, it just fell off. It's not secured in there that well. This is actually my store. I found pictures of on Google. I wrote about my coworkers, my fellow closers, and about the customers. I won't hold it too close because there is names. And then my cousin Angie turned 40. So this is her birthday pages. This is Angie. Her and her mom, her and her dad, her brother. This is my dad's sister's daughter, so if you're wondering who that was. My adopted dad. Angie and her dad, Angie and her mom and her dad, Angie and Steve, her husband, and let's just say they have the same birthday, only 3 years apart. Her dad, her brother, and her. My grandmother did this haircut, so that's kind of cool. And then Steve and her, and it is happy 40th birthday, Angie. And it's all decorated. It says, I love you always. And I wrote about a note how awesome she is. I feel like she is. This is getting close to the end. A good night at work. This is again from one of our bags. And this is a stencil. And it says, I can't say what it says because, and then I had a good night at work with the coworker that I normally don't, so I wrote it. And I wrote that I was off the next day, and then, if you don't watch Teen Mom, it's okay, but I have watched it since the very beginning, and I wanted to document my 2 favorites, Caitlin and Macy, from OG. So this is actually from a stencil, I just cut it out. This Teen Mom 6 Spinelli. And then this is Macy's pages. And then they're seriously very thick. Caitlin's pages. I don't know if I can show Carly, so. Then some feelings about why I love both of them. Basically, it comes down to strength because these women are so strong. And then my season 6 finale thoughts. I'm gonna keep this private if you haven't seen it. Let's just say the Ryan situation upsets me. I read about how Amber, I feel like, should leave her current boyfriend. I said I don't like Farrah, but the situation with her mom's fiance is a shitty one. And I said Caitlyn is nobody as cute. I'm so happy that her and Ty are still together. This iHeart Team emoji. And then this is a hospital visit for me. 27th. This is from the EKG machine if you're wondering what these little tabs are. This is my bracelet and it just flips out and says everything. The 1 star is what I actually have. And then my hospital has these cute little things, illustrations. Chose to use. The rundown of what happened. And then I included an image that I just simply love. I said, I simply love this image. And it's a horse with Native American, like a dream catcher and stuff. It's so beautiful. And I just wrote the date. And that was it for the day. And I feel like that's okay. Like my one for the day is simple. I want to say. Then I was getting towards the end and I really didn't want to write very much. So I wrote about 2 of the people that I admire. If you are on social media, you may have heard of Officer Tommy Norman. Thank you, sir, for your service. One of the best cops I've ever seen. So I just include pictures, him and his family. Blue Lives Matter, which there's another thing in here that I will read that gets down to how I actually feel. Like, I support cops, but there's a thing that says in here, I have cops and my friends, and my best friend is a good cop. One of my best friends from school was a cop, and he's a good cop, and my friend's a correctional officer, and she's a good correction. We will get to it. It says, I support law enforcement. Thank you. It says, Officer Tommy Norman. And this is my feelings. This is what I wanted to read to you because this is how it says there's no such thing as all. All cops are not bad, just like all people in subgroups are not all bad. Unfortunately, the bad tends to stand out because the mistakes and problems tend to lead to more dramatic and adrenaline fueling, thereby remembered more than the calm, peaceful, good people do. Do something wrong, no one forgets. Do something right, no one remembers. And then I wrote about Malala. I love the way this turned out because I tried to match it with the gold in her. I don't know what it's called. I want to say sorry, but I don't like sorry is what it's called, but I don't want to get it wrong. But I wrote Malala Yousafzai, and if you don't know who she was shot by Taliban for wanting an education, basically, which is lame as hell. Don't shoot people. Okay, that's come down to it. Especially young children who all they want is schooling. And I wrote about something in here, and I'm gonna read that too. But this is her book. This is not the exact cover, but I think it's been altered. But the typewriting has, because I have the book. And I have another picture of her. And it said, I look up to her. She's only 19, and I look up to her and admire her. But first, and still now, her story of being shot trying to get an education that I got without question, and sometimes complained on going to breaks my heart, because not only did school provide a formal education for me, but I met some of the most amazing teachers who mean so much to me and have taught me so much, not just about their subjects that they taught, but about life. Without this kind of education, I wouldn't have met Mrs. Stiles, which was one of the special ed helpers. Not special ed, but like she helped with the kids with couldn't learn the way they were. Mr. Barb, rest in peace. Mr. Myers, Miss Toy, and Mr. Krismer. I wouldn't be the person they shaped that because I know they've shaped me. And I wrote about my favorite quotes. And I'm going to cover this last part, but this is an image. This image means a lot to me, but I'm not going to, you can't probably read that unless you're like zooming in. But yeah. And then this simply says, journal number 10 is done. On to journal 11. And then the date. I would read this to you, but it's very personal. The little blurb. And then if you want to see, this is the rest of my scrapyard for. And then Mickey and Ian, of course, make another appearance. So, journal number. Journal number 10 is done. Like I said, I was going between the end of it, this journal, which means a lot to me because of the quote on the front. But the thing is, I have my adoption day, my mom's birthday, and my grandfather's birthday in this journal. I kind of want it to last a while. So, I'm thinking of using this journal for the rest of the summer. This is 480 pages, and so if I do use this journal, which I probably will, it is split into 3 different sections. The line section, the graph section, and the plain section. And what I'm going to do is consider them in volumes. Like, this is going to be journal 11, but it's going to be actually, guys, I just changed my mind right when I'm filming this. This is going to be the journal I use for this month. I'm sorry about that. I just mentally changed in the middle of it. This is the journal that everybody chose, or a lot of people. And it means so much to me because when my grandfather was living and he suffered for cancer for 17 years, the love is patient, love is kind Bible quote was one of his favorites. And his birthday is this month on the 27th, so yeah. This is the journal I'm using. I thought I was going to use this one, but I might wait until later. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment what your favorite pages were. I know this was a simple journal, but it lasted me a long time. And if you're wondering, these are Casemates, the Neon collection. I would recommend them. They hold up. I packed this thing, as you can see, with everything. And the only thing that's happened is the binding's stretched out a little bit, but it hasn't broke. Like, it is the strongest journal I have. So, yeah, this is the new journal, because I just decided. It's 160 pages, which should last me a while, because that's about the same size as this. But I'm worried about the binding, but we will see. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next video.